Kyle asked me that question. He was like, because I'm, no spend. He was like, so how are you paying for your Harry Styles tickets? And I was like,
this is that's
a different kettle of fish, lovey.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that doesn't count.
No, I was like, that comes out of the savings.
Yeah, obviously. Hey!
Hello, everybody!
Welcome back to Blonde and Brunette Book Club. We feel like absolute rookies again. We have, not filmed in ages.
Like a month, I reckon. So, Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Crazy.
First video back. We're back.
We're back.
And we thought, what better way to start than talking about what everyone's obsessed
talking
with
about?
Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is, so just for time reference, it's the 16th? 17th? 17th today. Harry Styles just respawned 2 days ago, but yesterday.
So, literally appeared out of the abyss.
But we were already peak Fangirl era. Like, it's gone back to like One Direction obsession days with Heated Rivalry. And now Harry's back and it's just mania, absolutely.
Like, genuinely, initially I was like, oh, I haven't felt this way since, like, I saw Tom Blythe. Like, that was initially the obsession. I was like, that's where we're creeping towards. And then as the show went on, I was like, no, this is borderline fangirl obsession 2013. Like, I'd be prepared to drop millions on this show kind of shit.
If I showed you our TikTok DMs, we'd probably be both admitted to a psych ward. More Charlie, like, she sends me at least 20 edits a day.
My
like,
reposts,
minimum.
my saves, I'm addicted.
It's insane.
And it's literally gotten to the point where, like, I'll hear a song when I'm driving and I'm like, oh, this make a really good Heated Rivalry edit, and I'll jump on inside for it. And of course, there's already one made. So
yeah, the editors are working overtime and I really appreciate you.
They genuinely went to the school of Hunger Games editors. So we thought we'd do a little episode around Heated Rivalry. Obviously, it has literally blown up in front of our eyes.
It's actually insane. Like, I don't think I've seen something blow up like this so fast since, like, One Direction.
No, literally, like,
it's
completely
insane.
out of nowhere. Like, I think I went back and I found out that we started watching the show after episode 3 came out. So Scott and Kip's episode.
I watched it the day it came out.
Really?
Yeah. I had it marked on my account, like, because everyone was talking about it on TikTok.
I had to get into my dad's HBO Max account, so I was delayed.
I think I messaged you, and I was like, Heated Rivalry comes out today, and you were like, oh, I still don't have a subscription, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I think I'm just going to sign up.
Yeah,
And
I had to message my dad. I was like, hey, can I have the HBO Max code? And he's like, what do you need it for? And I was like,
I'm just going to watch some gay porn.
It's like, you don't need to know. Hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
But yeah, it's literally blown up. I think One Direction are the last time that I have seen something like this literally go from a few people are talking about it, a few people know about it, it's a niche crowd, to they're at the Golden Globes.
Like, it started off in the book talk community.
Yeah.
And, like, that's how I found out about it. Like, people were, like, raving about this book, and they're like, it's coming to show, and it's going to be on Crave
Canada
or something like that. And I was like, fuck, how am I going to watch that? And then just before it came out, it got picked up by HBO, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, it was just seemed like this kind of like little niche thing. Like, everyone was talking about this gay hockey romance book, and I was like, you know what? Like, hell yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, now everyone's watched it, like, not just the bookish community. Like,
yeah, it's
everyone.
crazy. It literally feels like how a few people in the UK knew One Direction when they were on the X Factor, and then all of a sudden What Makes You Beautiful comes out, and everyone knows about them. So yeah, it is crazy. And Hudson and Connor are everywhere. Everywhere.
It must be so insane for them, like, to just go from, like, nothing to
Well,
100.
they were saying that they, like, literally 8 months ago were waiting tables at restaurants.
Yeah.
There's a really funny review, actually, of a place where Hudson used to work, where literally someone left a review and was like, we had this beautiful waiter, his name's Hudson, he needs to get into modelling and all this stuff. Yeah, that one made the rounds. So I guess if you haven't watched the show, go watch it.
Yeah, what are you doing, seriously?
Go and watch it. But I guess, like, the general, like, consensus of the show is you've got Shane and Ilya. Shane is a Canadian, like, wannabe hockey player. I mean, he plays hockey, but he wants to get into the big leagues. And then Ilya is from Russia, and the same. So they meet, and it is ahead of the the NHL draft, isn't it?
Yeah.
So ahead of the NHL draft, and Ilya doesn't speak a whole load of English. They sort of meet. Shane's really awkward. It's a really awkward encounter, and you sort of have to stand there and be like,
the first,
okay, it's really good for you guys.
It's so painful. Like, when I hit play on my TV, I was like...
He's just, like, standing there smoking a cigarette. It's like, okay. It's like, cool story, bro. They get drafted in the NHL. Again, Shane is the second draft pick. Ilya is the first draft pick. So they end up on rival hockey teams. And
then that's it.
That's the rest of the story, basically.
That's it.
The
show spans over, what, like 8 years?
Something like that. It's like 8 or 10 years. It's a really long...
A lot of time jumps.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
The first 2.
Yeah.
Actually, second episode when Ilya's running, and it's like every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it spans over a long period of time, and you sort of get these like glimpses into their very physical relationship with each other, and at the base of it all, it's a really beautiful story where Shane is kind of learning about his sexuality, and he is exploring his wants and needs, and Ilya is kind of guiding him through that. But then there's also Ilya's own anxieties and own pressures from being Russian, and the Russian government being very homophobic and very...
And just the whole sports scene in
general
is very homophobic.
Yeah, the NHL being very unaccommodating towards queer players, and yeah, it kind of just unfolds that way. And it does come to a point towards the end of the show where they feel comfortable being with one another rather than kind of sneaking behind everybody's backs. They do kind of slide into a relationship with one another, and that is because... Scott and Kip.
Yes.
I know you loved this episode.
I'm a massive Scott and Kip shipper, like hardcore. I think the first 2 episodes of Heated Rivalry, I honestly wasn't convinced. It didn't hit me straight away. Like I was like, yeah, this is cool, it's hot, but like I wasn't as into it as everyone else was. And then Scott and Kip's episode came out, and I was like, oh, no.
I get it now.
I really like these two a lot, like so much. And I think also it showed maybe like a little bit more of a realistic relationship.
Yeah, a little bit.
In the way that, you know, they met at Kip's workplace, and yeah, it was obviously on the down low because Scott plays hockey, and it's, a bit of a hush-hush secret. But yeah, their whole relationship I thought was a little bit more relatable, realistic as to, like, these 2 rival stars, which is hot as fuck. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed their story. I think it held a good place in the series. Everyone was like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, especially like you were like, I don't care about them. Like, I want Ilya and Shane. But I keep going to call them Hudson and Connor. It's like confusing me so bad. But yeah, I thought it was definitely necessary. I thought that they are 100%. Really beautiful. I think it really showed how sad it is of obviously how much it affects their lives, not being able to like just be out in the open with the person that they love. And yeah, it kind of really hits you in that episode of what it means to be a queer sports famous person. Just famous person, like, period. I think sports, you know, aside. And yeah, I feel like that's the kind of moment that it really hits you in the series of like, oh, this is really sad. And then as we get on, like, episode 4, 5, 6, we do see like the same thing with Shane and Ilya, and how it almost seems to them impossible for them to come out, and yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, no.
Really sad.
Absolutely, yeah. It's, and it all kind of comes together, like, you know, the episode in of itself, I understand why it was there, but it makes a lot more sense in the broader scope of the show when you get to the end of episode 5, where Scott's team has won the cup, and Scott
has his fuck it moment.
He just goes,
book
you know
boyfriend
what?
fuck it moment.
and he calls Kip down from the stands and is like, I'm gonna show these people that this is my man.
Yeah, he looks around and everyone's celebrating with who they love, and
and he feels a bit excluded.
You know
and
what?
Like,
why can't I celebrate with the person
absolutely.
that I love?
And on the flip side of that, we have Shane and Ilya who are watching from home and also having a bit of a fuck it moment and going, oh, this is what we could be.
Yeah.
Why don't we give this a go? Mm-hmm. Because prior to that, Shane has had a bit of an accident on the ice, and he asks Ilya in his comatose state in the hospital, will you come to my cottage this summer? Don't go to Russia. Come to my house. I've watched that scene so many times.
It's so good.
We'll be all alone together. Anyway, it's a fantastic scene. Actually, in the book, and this is, if you haven't read the book and you don't want to know what happens in the book, but in the book, Ilya was actually coming to the hospital to break up with Shane. And you can kind of see it on his face.
Yeah, I think it was relayed pretty well with Ilya's facial expressions.
Yeah, he's really withdrawn and he's very hesitant to feed into Shane's delusions of coming to the cottage.
Yeah.
And Ilya is kind of being like, maybe. We'll see. And it's a really sweet scene. I love it. I love that scene in the hospital, but knowing that he was planning to break up with Shane or sort of end things with Shane because of the pressure of sneaking around and, not being accessible to the, not being able to, access each other in a public sense. It was a really, really cute and fun scene. But reflecting on that, we then have the scene with Scott and Kip, and Ilya calls Shane and is like, I'm coming to the cottage. Black screen, end of the episode. So we all went to the cottage for episode 6.
And boy, did we have a good time. Great. Episode 6 is... that's the episode I've rewatched the most.
Yeah.
And then it's actually Scott and Kip's episode.
Really?
Yeah, I fucking love them. They're actually so hot. It's unreal.
Well, I guess they're kind of standout moments from the show.
Yeah.
What was your favourite? Because mine, personally, I love the club scene. Where they're both with girls. The thing she said.
Yeah.
That's been in my playlist since it came.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've loved that song before, but since it came out, I'm like, it's on repeat.
Yeah.
It's on repeat. I love the cottage.
The cottage scene. Well, just the whole cottage. That episode.
Just the whole of episode 6. Yeah. I really love it.
The phone scene when, Shane's on the phone.
With Hayden.
At the cottage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy moly. I was gripping the seats. I was like, ha, yes! I love it. Because that's a big scene in the book.
It is, absolutely. It is a really big moment because in the book as well, Hayden does work out that Shane and Ilya are dating. He works it out, he puts 2 and 2 together, and he's like, you are banging some baddie every time that we're in Boston.
Who the fuck is Lily?
Who is Lily? Who else who's in Boston? Who do you seem to have a thing? Yeah, Hayden does work it out. I also really loved the scene where when the dad sees them kissing at the cottage and then they go for dinner with Shane's parents. I actually really loved that scene.
I thought it was hilarious. I was really scared when that happened, when the dad found out that way and he drove off. I was really, really scared that we were going to have this, really confronting, his parents aren't okay with him being gay, which unfortunately is really realistic.
Yeah.
And that's what happens to a lot of people. So immediately when that happened, I was just like, no, don't burst that bubble. But the way that his dad actually responded in a way of oh my God, I've just breached my son's privacy. He obviously didn't want me to know this, and he was, it was for a he obviously wasn't ready to have that kind of thing. I thought that, I was like, thank God.
Yeah, I really loved
the
that.
way that Ilya calls them lovers. I was actually cackling. I was like, that's so fucked up. I know. Love it.
So
love
funny.
It.
Moving on from that though, I really loved watching Ilya shuffle faster into his mouth for a solid 10 minutes. Because apparently, and I was reading this after the show and all the interviews that everybody did, Connor actually did sit there and just eat like shitloads of pasta as they were filming that scene.
Yeah.
Apparently he made a big deal to Jacob, who's the director, and said no one even eats in TV. Like, they just put it in their mouth and they pretend to chew it, and then they'll sort of spit it out and say their lines. Yeah, it's very rare that they will actually sit there and eat the food. And he was like, no, I'm eating this pasta. Yeah. I'm actually going to eat it. And apparently there was multiple bowls, and his excuse was, I don't have to take my shirt off anymore, so I'm going to carb load. Yeah. So I actually really appreciated it, because every single time it cuts to Shane and Ilya, and he's just got this huge scoop of pasta going in his mouth.
Big forkfuls.
Oh, it was unreal. Absolutely fantastic.
Can we just talk about how fucking ripped all of them are, though? Like,
I know.
Actually, where are they find just all these men that are fucking carved from stone? Come on. Like, Kip and Scott.
Like, these men borderline needed bras to contain
genuinely
the tits that they were carrying.
Even Charlie, my boyfriend Charlie, like, watched the first episode with me, and in the first scene where they're in the showers, Charlie was like, fuck. Like, their asses?
Massive. Round. Yeah.
I could sleep on that. That's probably more plush than my pillow.
Like, it was impressive. So round of applause.
Yeah, like, we'll be hitting the gym and doing their gym routine. I did watch that YouTube video yesterday.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it was good.
I sat there doing my makeup and I was like...
Take it off.
I'm gonna get naked now. Yes, please. Yes, please. But yeah, that was another... I really, really liked the shower scene. And the first time that he brings Shane over... No, he goes to Shane's... He goes to Shane's... Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really, really good one.
Just so many good moments. I feel like it didn't... My obsession didn't hit me until I finished it. And then I was like, I need... Like, episode 6 ended, and it's the credits, and it's coming on. The credits coming on while, like, it's just this... They're just driving in the car together, driving off into the sunset. And I just immediately was like, I need to watch this again.
Yeah.
Right now. And so I did. Just hit replay there and then. But... It's crazy to think that this show is blown up, like, so big, and they ended it in that way, them driving off into the sunset together, because they had no idea if it was going to be renewed.
Yeah.
To be able to go into the second book. So they left the ending, you know, on a happy ending of, like, you know, them driving off into the sunset together. They have a plan. And then I think after, like, the first 2 episodes of the show, it got renewed for season 2 and 3.
Yeah, it was
just
really quick.
up.
It was after the club scene. It was after episode 4 that they signed for episode 2 and 3, which when you then watch the ending of the show, you're going, oh my God, why did they end it like that? But when you think about the fact that they had a budget of like $3 and a few chocolate bars, and they said, here, it was paid out of Canadian taxpayer money.
Wow.
It was literally like a tax project. They had no budget.
Wow.
I saw an interview that Jacob did where it was Francois that did the interview, who plays Scott.
Yeah.
He did an interview where he said that they actually pitched the show to a lot of American...
Yeah, I saw this interview.
Studios.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, okay, we'll pick it up and we'll give you money for it, but no kissing until episode 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jacob was like... I know what the girlies need.
And he's like no.
Nothing unites people more than good gay sex.
Absolutely. And also, the story doesn't even, like, make sense if they can't kiss until episode 5.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Insanity. So, Jacob said, okay, pack your bags, we're going to Canada, we're going to make this a Canadian project. It's literally like a tax project from taxpayer money. Crazy.
They
I want my taxes
in like 35 days or something.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I believe Hudson and Connor found out like a week before they started filming and packed their bags.
Connor learnt Russian in like 2 weeks,
something like that. It was mad
actually
impressive.
Insane.
And so when you take all of these like little bits and pieces and you put it all together and you watch that final project, there are big budget shows that don't even come close to the quality of
they did
those
a
6 episodes.
Job. And then it just goes to show to, like, all these studios that are, like, no kissing, like, you know, because you want to build the tension and, like, keep people hooked to be like, oh, you know, like, really wanted them to get together. But, like, sometimes that actually does not work out in your favour. And, like, if you're waiting 5 episodes, not only is that really prolonging a show, or, like, take Prime adapted We Were Liars.
Yeah.
which was a book. I really enjoyed the show. However, like, I think there was 8 episodes. First 2 episodes good, last 2 episodes good. The middle 4 was just fucking around, like, and it just was boring.
Yeah.
Like, necessary, I guess, but boring. And, like, I feel like that's happening with all the shows that I've watched recently, is I'm just like, oh my god.
Pick up the pace.
Like, this is so slow.
100%.
Sometimes it does the opposite of, like, keeping people interested and anticipating it. Sometimes it just actually pisses people off and they go, like, let's be real, we all have fucking short ass attention spans these days. Like, TikTok, Instagram, like, all these things is making it worse. So I feel like producers really need to listen and lean in and learn from Heated Rivalry and be like, okay, we actually just need to give the people, like, what they want.
Yeah. And also quality over quantity. Like, they managed to take a book, which I'm going to be completely honest, the book is not...
It's terrible. I tried to read it before the show and actually decided to put it down. I really was like,
it was a bit of a struggle.
So bad.
It's not amazing, but the story is there, and they've taken this and they've just gone 6 episodes, and we're going to pick the most crucial moments in it, and we're going to do it well. And it also does go to show that you don't need to have big budget actors and, you know, big names to make a good show. Sometimes you need to pick old mate who is serving at a restaurant in Vancouver, being told he needs a modelling career, and just go, he can act, and chuck him in.
Yeah.
Because, like, this show would not be anywhere near as, I think, well received if it had high profile names who did a subpar job of acting. Like, Connor and Hudson went into this and went, this is our chance.
Yeah, they gave it their absolutely.
Like, their performances in it were some of the best that I've seen ever. But it really does go to show that, like, if you put the time into sourcing quality actors rather than going, let's pay the money and have Jacob Elordi, because that's going to pull names, and then he does a shit job of it. The Hunger Games are really good at doing that as well, where they go, who can we book that is just actually going to be good at the job?
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson were not even known before the first Hunger Games trilogy.
No.
Tom Blythe.
Josh had been around for a
little bit,
but, like, no big, like,
no big projects.
Big films.
Tom Blythe had literally done, like, 1 season of Billy the Kid, and that was not a big show by any means. It was quite, like, a niche show, and he's blown up. And now you've got Joseph Zada, who's been cast as the young Haymitch, and he's literally from Sydney. He's literally from, like, 2 blocks down the road. Like, and it really does just go to show that if you put the time into picking actors who are actually going to tell the story well and do the job well, like, fuck off with this nepo baby shit. Like, we don't need that. We don't need it. We don't need it. In a world of nepotism, I want some fresh faces, and we got that. So, I can't. So, we've been renewed for season 2 and 3. They have confirmed that season 2 will follow The Long Game, which is Shane and Ilya's second book. I have read it. There are some really good scenes that I cannot wait to have adapted into this show. I believe there was an interview that Hudson did where he mentioned the trophy room scene.
I'm going to need to read this. I really didn't gel with the writing style. I don't really receive third-person writing very well. I think my biggest critique when I started reading Heated Rivalry before the show came out was it felt like I was reading a script.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't book. It was like, Ilya said this, and Shane looked at Ilya, and Shane said this to Ilya, and then and I was like, oh,
yeah,
hello. But I think now that I have this obsession with it, I feel like I'd be able to put that aside and
it also does help being able to, like, literally picture Hudson and Connor, and I'm going, oh, this makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
So the trophy room scene, guys, get ready.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
So good. There is also a really, really beautiful scene with Ilya with Shane's parents, and they're eating dinner together, watching Shane's, like, hockey games. They're really cute scenes. Like, there are some gorgeous, but this is a gut-wrenching, like, book. This is, like, we're going through emotional turmoil.
Yeah. And we're going to have then season 3, which I'm assuming is going to follow along the third book that's just been announced, Unrivaled, which is very exciting. But how do you think season 2 is going to kick off?
I think that season 2 is going to kick off with what we missed from season 1 from Heated Rivalry. So where the show cuts off is like a good couple of chapters before the actual end of the book.
Like part 3 or 4 or something.
There's a little bit right at the end there where obviously like we see Shane and Ilya talk about at the cottage the plans to start a foundation and that they're like going to be united, they're going to be friends, and they've done this together. So there is actually a scene where they do a press conference where they sit down together. It's very reminiscent of the first press conference that they do at the start of the show, and they ask Ilya all the questions in English and he can't really understand it. So I think that it is going to mirror that at the start of season 2, where it's going to be them sitting down and saying, hey, we are actually friends and we have come together to create this foundation for mental health. Because the second book actually picks up where they are they're at the hockey camp. They're like running the hockey camp together. So I think that it would feed really well. It is also mentioned at the end of season 1, and this is maybe a bit of a spoiler for people who haven't read the book or moved into the long game, but it is briefly mentioned, a suggestion that Ilya makes where he's at dinner with Shane's family. He says that he'll move to Ottawa, so he actually does transfer teams to the Ottawa Centres. That's what they're called in the book, I believe. They're a really shit hockey team. Ilya goes...
It's a downgrade for Mr. Ilya.
Ilya goes...
So sorry.
But anything for his man.
Yeah.
Anything for his man.
And I back that.
But yeah, I think that it will pick up. I think that it will be the press conference of them announcing the foundation. Yeah. I think they'll make a bit of a scene about him moving hockey teams, and then we'll kind of flow from there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
So exciting. I can't wait. I really hope they don't make us wait too long.
Well, apparently they're looking at filming this summer, which will be middle of this year. Which is crazy. Which means next month. Well, that means it could be here by like the end of the year.
That's so long.
They have to write it. What are you Okay, I know you haven't read the long game, but do you have any hopes, dreams, or wishes for this new third book?
After the third book.
Yeah.
I just want them to be happy. I want them to be so well received. I want all of the gay, queer community in the hockey sports, famous, just the whole community. I just want them all to be like, oh my god, I'm free. I want that in the world in general, not just literally in the third book. I hope people receive this and be like, you know what? Everyone fucking is eating this shit up. Maybe I can come out and be gay.
Well, did you see that there was? Yeah. There was an NHL player that has come out as openly gay and actually said that it was because of Heated Rivalry that he felt comfortable enough.
Makes me want to cry. I really hope that is how it is received and continues to be received. I hope that it just gives people the confidence to just roll with it and keep going. In all aspects of anyone being gay, whether you're a sports player, you're famous in general, you're a fucking normal ass person.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
Everyone should have to shelter themselves. Yeah. And I think that's why I love this show so much. I need them to have the happiest of endings.
I 100% agree. I can't wait to see what Rachel does with their third book, and I hope that she gives them a space that they can be like happy and united together and kind of have that united front that Scott and Kip get to have. And I'm really, really, really excited, and I'm also really excited to see the other queer couples that make up the other books as well around Shane and Ilya's. So I think there's so much to look forward to, and I hope that they continue to keep the essence of the show, where it's like low budget but high quality. They keep casting
things too much.
Yeah, and look, I have so much faith that Jacob, who is a queer man as well, he understands that. I have so much faith that he completely understands that the success of the show is really rooted in like the core essence of it being this beautiful love story and how important it is to tell queer stories as well. And I think that it really does make a difference where you have a queer person behind telling queer stories as well. So I just love this show. And I sent you a really good quote this morning. Not sure if you saw it, but it was a tweet that I saw.
Yeah.
Because obviously Harry Styles' album is called Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. I saw a tweet that said, Heated All the Time, Rivalry Occasionally.
I love that.
I love when my personalities merge together. Yeah. So,
it's been a great couple weeks for us fangirls.
Oh, it absolutely has. Yeah. Louis got an album.
Louis' album comes out like next week or the week after.
Zayn is teasing new music. It is.
And then I just think about all of that, and then I just start crying about Liam.
But I have to say, there has been a One Direction resurgence with Heated Rivalry. Not just like a
1,000%.
Every time I go onto TikTok, there is a new edit to a One Direction song.
I think my favourite Heated Rivalry edit I've seen was To Rock Me.
Yes. Also, the one that They Don't Know About Us had me falling. Falling. I listened to Clouds the other day.
My Larry face.
Yeah, I listened to Clouds the other day, and I was like, this would make a really good Heated Rivalry edit. The like, yeah. Anyway, really, I think we just need to like make an expectation that every One Direction song should be used for a Heated Rivalry edit.
Yes, and Rush.
Oh yeah.
Rush needs to be in season 2, and maybe a couple 1D songs.
Yeah.
Temporary Fix.
I also kind of love the like indie music though that they went with.
Yeah, no, fit the vibe. Fit the vibe.
I do think Rush for like a hockey montage though would eat.
Rush, that song, in general, it's been in my top 5 on Spotify Wrapped the last 2 years.
Thank you so much for listening to Rant and Ramble about Heated Rivalry. Obviously, we love it. We're obsessed. We are so excited for the rest of the show. Yeah. I have literally, it has reignited every ounce of passion that I have for everything in my life at the moment. So, I've got bookmarks coming of Heated Rivalry.
Yay!
I'm excited!
They're so good.
It's just been a crazy couple of weeks. I really fantastic.
I love it. Fangirling just keeps me alive, I think.
Honestly, it gives me, a spirit and a personality. Yeah. And then when Harry Styles, I literally saw it when I was at the gym. I was I'd done one set of hip thrusts, and I went, I'm going to check my emails. That's how I found out it was through my emails.
Really?
Yeah. So I got an email going at Harry Styles, from the Harry Styles, newsletter, and I was like, he moved? I literally, was in a panic. I was like,
I wasn't letting myself get too excited because obviously all the things were kind of popping up and everyone was like, oh my god, is he coming back? And I was like, and I went to bed on Thursday night thinking I could potentially wake up with a single on Friday because they always get released on Friday. How exciting. And anyway, went to bed, was laying, when you're dozing, you're awake but you're trying to go back to sleep. I was laying there and I just hear my phone going just intensely vibrating, and I actually just went, Harry. I sat up, I jumped over Charlie, and I grabbed my phone, and you and Ellen were like, Liv, Harry's back, and yeah, I just actually shot out of bed. I just knew as soon as I heard my phone going nuts. I was like, oh my god,
the messages I
so
sent
exciting.
Were Harry album, and then a screenshot, 5:20 a.m.
Yeah.
5:20 a.m. and nothing else, just Harry album.
Charlie's like, are you okay? I'm like, Harry's back.
And I said, he's actually back. It's not a joke anymore. We need to wrap this up.
We will love you and leave you.
We love you so much.
Thank you so much for watching. Excited things to come this year when we think of what those things are. But they're going to be so good. I know. I can feel it in my bones.
Stay tuned. There's crazy things coming at some point. No, we have just been very, very busy, and obviously, life happens, and we both work, we both have jobs. This is just something we do for fun, so it just, when we can get together and we can chat books and Heated Rivalry, we do.
Yeah.
But, it's just been a really hectic couple of weeks, but we're hoping to get back on track, get some really fun videos out, some fun TikToks, some fun content, all the good stuff. So make sure you follow us across all of our social medias and hit subscribe so that you are ready to go when those things come. But we hope you loved it. We would love to know what your favourite scene of the show was in the comments. If you can let us know your favourite moment. Anything at all. Mine, Ilya eating pasta. I'm just a really simple gal.
Okay. Mine's Ilya eating Shane.
And we're going to wrap that up there. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah, bye.